Hello, welcome to another Petrol Blog rubbish video and an impromptu video as well, because the next video was meant to be about that and the next video after this will be about that, but this one's about the Unexceptional £200 Safrane, which was destined to go to the festival of the Unexceptional tomorrow morning, the crack of dawn start for the 275-mile drive to the aptly named Grimsthorpe Castle, where the Safrane would have lined up in the car park of Happiness as one of the visitors. But it's not going to be there. By the way, it's covered in tree debris because it's been horrendously busy, windy today. So though she was clean yesterday, she's now looking like she's had a run-in with many Kate Bushes. It doesn't normally look this bad. It's only superficial, so it's fine. But yeah, so good news, it started off well. I mean, this week started off well because fresh MOT with only a minor defect for the windscreen, which if you remember from last year, I was worried about the small crack, which is, well, it's more of a, yeah, I suppose it is a crack. I was worried that was going to cause a failure last year, but it went through with no advisories last year. So I was good. I put my search for a solar windscreen on hold while I just enjoyed another year of Safrane love or life. I'm just going to put the MOT certificate in there because it is threatening to rain. And I was slightly annoyed. Annoyed's not the word, life's too short, but I sent it on Sunday night. I did all the pre-MOT checks. Weirdly, I'd failed to notice until the very last minute that it needed a new wiper blade, and I think that was a reason. There was a reason why I ordered a set of wiper blades. This is very boring, but then you're used to that on this channel. I ordered a set of wiper blades for last MOT, but at that point I didn't realise how slow Autodoc delivery service was. They didn't arrive in time, so I stole the spare wiper blade from the boot of the Peugeot and used it on there, and failed to. It's just so dull. And failed to replace this one, and now it has a new blade, which is good. The other thing I noticed that again the washer jets were playing up, so it was coming out of one nozzle on that, or one jet on that one. These two were failing to act, and it was getting late on a Sunday night. It was due to go in on a Sunday night, ready for Monday morning, and all I could get was one nozzle on each side, one jet on each side to hope for the best. And the horn still wasn't working. So I put a note in with the car and said, please, before it goes for the MOT, could you find out why the horn is not working? Because I've had a new horn fitted. And could you also just check the washer jets are working before it goes through? They didn't do that. So the MOT fail said horn not working and washer jets not good enough, which I'm slightly annoyed at because that looks pretty slack. It looks pretty like I didn't put any care into the pre-MOT check, but I did. But anyway, that's by the by. Coming back from the MOT station, my wife was kindly dropped me up there in the Dacia, and they were coming back down the main road, and I had this crack as a stone hit my windscreen. This is basically an hour, less than half an hour after picking her up, and it must have landed about here. You can see it, and I was watching the crack getting worse as I was driving home. And it's up to there now. Actually, when I got back home, it was about there. So in the space of just being parked up, or certainly just coming up the track, it's gone from there to there. And actually, God, I just noticed another one there. So it's cracked there, and it's cracked there. So yes, I could risk taking it 275 miles there and back, or 550 odd miles there and back tomorrow, but I think that would be foolish. So I had a question in the last video: do I take the Camry or the Safrane? The road chip gods have spoken and said the Safrane will not go to the ball. I'll be taking a Japanese, which, well, at least I can try out the new headlights. But you know, I was really looking forward to taking a Safrane because I think she's the car that's most reflective of the Petrol Blog fleet. She's the one I'm most proud of, and I think she deserves a chance to be at the festival, albeit in the car park. And also she's been on the Haggerty website now, so she's got some fame in inverted commas. But hey, she's not going, so she's now sawn. I've taken her off the road while I search for a new solar windscreen. There is one in Poland for €200. I have left a note. I can't remember what website. It's one of these random sort of Facebook marketplace style websites. I put a note. I sort of Google Translate my response and said, look, if it's still available, come back to me. He hasn't come back to me. That was a week ago, so chances are that's gone. But in addition to finding me an Impian, check the blog for more details on that. If you could put the feelers out for a solar windscreen for my Safrane, I'll be very, very grateful, eternally grateful, because she needs one. And yes, I could put a standard windscreen on, but I really, really want to keep, I really want to keep the original one, or go back to the original spec. And fortunately, I'm insured with Haggerty, and they'll insure me up to £1,500. So, and I just have to submit the receipt once I've found it and fitted it. So yeah, good and bad news for the Safrane this month. She was due to come off the road anyway this month because she's been doing far too many miles for the limited mileage. So tomorrow was meant to be her swan song for a couple of months, but it's not to be. The other thing I've done, well, just before the MOT, is fitted the new petrol tank strap, kindly donated by Mike Bennett, who owns 2 Safranes and also an amazing Austrian 3 litre, which I'm falling in love with actually. He had a spare fuel tank strap which he donated to the petrol blog cause. So day before the MOT, put her on ramps and did that job. Quite an easy job actually. So on this side, it's very easy to get to the bolt. On this side, it's right up on the side of the fuel tank, well out of the way. So the actual bolt that came off looked brand new. Now whether that's because it's so far up and hidden away from any road grime or dampness, I don't know, but it looked brand new. The strap was long gone. I mean, it was being held up with cable ties, but it's got a lovely new strap now, thanks to. So it was quite difficult to get that one on. I actually had to jack up the fuel tank to raise the fuel tank so I could get the fuel tank strap up into its position. But it's looking nice and shiny under there now. So massive thanks to club member and dual Safrane owner Mike Bennett for donating that. I think that's going to be it for this update. I've got nothing much else to say other than the fact that I need to get the Safrane, not Safrane because Safrane is ready, I need to get the Camry ready for its trip up north tomorrow. And she's not going to be anywhere near prepared as the Safrane would have been, so it's just going to be a quick wash. Do I put the new mats in? Ooh, that's a conundrum, isn't it? Maybe Rachel Riley could help me with that conundrum, I don't know. Or Carol Vorderman, actually, a man of my age. Yeah, so Camry's going to have a quick wash, quick hoover out. Other vacuum cleaners are available. And she'll be up at the crack of dawn to take me to Lincolnshire. That's no bad thing. I've got no problem taking the Camry. She's not as unexceptional as a 2 litre Safrane, but she's still unexceptional in many people's eyes. I just want to draw your attention, not to the sticker, but to the second issue of Classic Retro Modern magazine. So skip to the end if you don't want the sales talk. There's only another minute to go on this video probably. This came out today in the shops. This is the subscriber copy with a racing puma on the front. There's 2 racing pumas on the retail cover, but there's lots to enjoy or endure in this. I managed to get the Citroen ZX into this edition. I won't take you through the whole magazine because there's a video on the website on the Classic Retro Modern YouTube channel that does that. But let me just point out some of the star attractions. The Morris Marina at 50, an interview with Adam Gompertz, Alpha 155 Q4. One of my favourite pieces is this Ferrari 400i feature. Brilliant words from Richard Heseltine, but also a beautiful piece of design from Roy McCarthy, club member Roy McCarthy, and he's done a wonderful job designing this magazine. Honda Insight and guilty pleasure this month is the Proton Impian. And also club member Darren Leslie followed Ben Hooper, club member, is a Living With, second club member to be featured in his Audi 80. If you want to be featured in a Living With a such and such, or Anne or A, get in touch. I'd love to feature Club Petrol Blog member cars. But do check this magazine out. A lot of love goes into this. and the response has been amazing. So thanks for that. I think that's it. I shall be taking my Happy Eater flask out of the Safrane, putting it in the Camry, and getting up at the crack of dawn to go to the festival of the Unexceptional. So do come and say hi. I'll be the socially awkward man who looks like he's lacking sleep. So do come and say hi. Bring hobnobs and bring coffee if you're around. That's it. I'll leave you with the beautiful surroundings of the Renault Safrane interior. Drink it in, and thank you for watching, and stay safe.